Okay, I use a Jimmy Houston knot on here because this thing's got a split ring on it. With a split ring, you can tie a cinch down knot. If I can get the split ring down to fall down for me. I'll get the split ring to fall down like that right there so you can get your line through it. Take your line and run through the eye of that split ring. Bring it down on the other side. Make sure you get you plenty of line to operate with, I got the line laying on the index finger on my left hand. I'm gonna come up here and lay that on there. Now I'm simply gonna wrap it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not 5, not 3, but 4 times. Then you take the end. This is what I put through the split ring to begin with. I'm gonna run through that loop that's around my finger. Get a hold of it tight with my teeth and tighten it down. Now I've got the loop in there. I've got the tag in and the main line, wet it just a little bit. I want to turn this split ring to make sure that where the split is off to the side. I don't want the split back here in the attached to the lure. I don't want the split right there on that little ring because that split is the weakest part of that ring. So and I don't want it in the knot. I don't want it inside my knot. So I want it off to the side. Always look at that. Make sure you got it off to the side. Tighten down your main line. Pull on that tag, the end. Your loop, hold that, tighten your loop down. Now, this is what you end up with. I got a line and my loop. I'm gonna take my scissors wherever they are. Now, you wanna make sure that you don't cut off your main line. I'll take my scissors right there. The main line's over here. Reel down here real close. Cut it off. Got a pure Jimmy Houston knot. Now, I'm gonna throw a red man spinnerbait like Roland was throwing, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw that thing out there. Roland caught one on a spinnerbait, now he's on a topwater.
Jimmy Houston special.
He jumped up there and got it on top too, didn't he?
He hit it on top. What it was, the spinnerbait was all kind of crooked, and I was
you
popping
kind of
it.
jerking around on it there.
Look at this guy.
I thought maybe you had some grass on it.
That's a good one.
That's a good fish, isn't it?
Yeah. Nice big old.
The blade wasn't even spinning,
pounder.
was it? I got one too.
You got one?
Well, they're eating that blade up early this morning.
Yeah, boy.
This bite may not last long, but it's lasting good right now. Oh, that's a pretty one. That's bigger than the one I got. I don't know. Boy, he's pulling like a banshee. Golly.
Huh. Okay.
He may not be. He may be the same size as yours.
Yeah. What you got, Jimmy?
I got a good one.
Huh?
I got a good one.
So like, okay, I'm throwing mine back.
Oh, come here, baby. Bigger than yours.
He didn't want to have them compared.
That's a good, healthy fish, though. Spinnerbaiting early in the morning. As that sun gets out, it could shut this spinnerbait bite off. But it probably, as long as we still have low light, it might not. That sun gets a little bit higher. We'll go to crankbaits and worms and jigs and whatever. Whatever. Another one. Golly. They're busting that blade on top of the water, aren't they? Jeez. Get out early, early, early. I've been kidding a lot over the last several years, Roland. I tell people that fish don't bite as early as they used to. They're still biting. Jimmy's just not out here a lot of times early as he needs to be. That's a beauty right there. Look how fat that fish is.
That's a nice one.
Boy, that thing's got some teeth on him. Ooh. Just get the top of my lip on that kiss. Mercy.
Oh, he came after.
Oh,
Hey,
you got him.
You got it.
You got him.
I'm popping that blade on top.
When you pop that blade out of the water like that, Roland, it looks like a little shad.
I pop it on top and then kind of get him going, and then they come after it.
Yep. Looks like a little shad flickering on top of the water when you let that blade pop out. I like to do that.
Popping them on top. Nice couple pounder.
Kind of looks like a little shad.
You know the thing about this spinnerbait, I'll have to give Jimmy a lot of credit on this thing. This is an indestructible spinnerbait. Because last week we went down to the Mississippi Delta. We caught great big 30-pound redfish on this. And look, this is one of them that I caught it on. And it's not even torn up. It's got a real heavy-duty wire. And those big 30-pound redfish, they didn't tear it up at all. Tore the skirt up maybe. Have to change skirts and stuff.
Skirts on.
But as far as the bait itself, it's indestructible.
The reason it doesn't break is it's got that circle, that old safety pin bend. on it instead of the R bends or the U bends like people use a lot nowadays.
And I threw it out
There's
there,
another one.
and I'd kind of twitch it on top and get the blade going kind of on top, and get some action like this, and then that kind of turned them on.
Oh, that didn't come off. Ah, I got him almost to the boat.
Well, at the end of a
Spinner
big
plug
cast,
time.
I threw about a 100-foot cast to get back in front of Jimmy, which is hard to do.
I'm fishing on the other
And he
side.
hit, the fish hit
On the
immediately.
other side of the boat,
Way
Roland.
out there. I mean, way out there.
Fishing on the
150
other
feet
side of
out.
the boat, and you still tried to throw it in front of me.
I got to throw in front of
That's all
Jimmy
right, I don't mind.
to catch up to him. He's going to hog all the good spots. I got to be aggressive. Be a backseat aggressive fisherman. Ooh, he's
Another
got
double. Got Roland talking, I'm fishing. He's always worried about me being in the front of the boat. I put him in the back of the boat for one day here a while back. We had one of the worst day fishing that we've had in a long time. That's because whoever was operating the trolling motor was trying to absolutely catch every fish, and he was messing up the water, scaring the fish.
Yeah, he let me run the boat one day. One day.
Well, that's pretty good. I thought it was pretty benevolent of me, really.
Now, what I tie, Jimmy showed his knot, but I tie a Palomar knot.
That's a good one.
And that's a simple knot. I tie a Palomar knot, and that is just going through with the double line through the eye, and making an overhand knot here, just making an overhand loop. And when you do, come out with that open loop, and put the bait right through the open loop, and that's the Palomar.
And that's a good knot. There's no doubt about it.
It's quick.
Most people, when we used to go around the country, with that Berkeley line testing machine. We called it R2-D2 from Star Wars. It was a line testing machine, and we would check people's knots. And a Palomar knot would break 80% of the line strength, so you lose about 20%. But there is, I missed one there, about 20% of the time or 30% of the time, some people would tie a Palomar knot that was a pure 100%.
Yeah.
Jamie, my son, he'll tie a Palomar knot, and we can put it on that line testing machine, which we did many times, and it'd be 100% about 80% of the time, 70% of the time.
I think it's
But
a lot of
most
it
people,
is pulling
it's
it down.
and when I tie it, it's 100% about 20% of the time. But
you got to set them. You know, that's
it
one
depends
thing.
on how you tie it. You tie it good, I'm sure. There's another one. It's important to tie your knot correctly, and you tie it correctly. Ooh, that's a nice one. Oh, he's getting down in that grass. I got a little ridge right here, and he got down in the grass. The ridge, grass coming all the way to the top. Still got him. Oh, he went back. I got him out of the grass, and he went right back in it. Come here, baby. We're not catching giants, but we're catching some really nice fish. And that's a different type of grass right there. What type of grass is that, Roland?
I don't know. It's not hydrilla, huh?
No. Got a little bit in it, but it's a different type of grass right there. This is kind of some hay grass looking stuff. I never asked Roland a fishing question in my life when he said, I don't know. Like, what kind of grass is that, Roland? And he said, I don't know.
It looks like hydrilla to me.
No, it is not hydrilla. That's a common answer. It looks like hydrilla to me. But he usually, he might not know an answer. He might not have it, but he'll give an answer. Oh yeah, Jimmy. It's important when the bluebirds are singing like they are today. If they're not singing, you want to use a different color. I said, what?
It's all a matter of confidence. That's the deal.
That's a big part of it.
Yeah. If you think you're doing the right thing and you're confident of it, you'll fish better. That's
I am
it.
very confident this morning on a red man spinnerbait.
Yeah, boy. Red man's doing good.
Oh, he's got it. He's got it. Got it?
He's got it. He's got it.
I think my top of my lip's bleeding where that one fish bit me.
He's got it. He's got it.
I don't know if she was
Good
bitten.
bite going on here today, Jimmy.
Biting
This spinnerbait
affectionately.
bite is good.
That's a good fish, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good fish. 3 or 4 pounds at least, maybe 4.
Maybe 5, maybe 6, maybe 7.
He's 3 or 4.
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3. Maybe 3. Good fat 3. Fat fish. And you know, another thing is this fish is a catch and release situation, but that fish hadn't been caught before. That's good. That is really good.
Hadn't been caught recently anyway. Oh, there he is. Oh, that's a pretty beautiful strike there. Man, good one too.
Big one?
Well, not as big as I thought he was. He stripped out line. The boy's a pretty strike. I mean, he will come right up on top of the water and ate it. Oh, pretty nice fish. God, their teeth are so long. God, I need to have a glove on. Look at that. Medic. Golly. Their teeth are so long. Most bass teeth are not near that long. Find him?
Yeah. You know what? My skirt had come loose, and it's up over the head of the bait, and for some reason, they're like it that way. I'll show you what's happened to the skirt. I've never had a spinnerbait do this, what it's doing. The skirt is in front of the lure.
Huh.
And I don't know how it got there.
I don't know how
But
it got there
the
either.
last 3 fish have hit that way. Crazy. And they're a nice fish, too.
Yeah, it's a good fish.
Yeah. But look at the
Yeah,
spinnerbait. The spinnerbait, what's happened, and I don't know how it happened, but the skirt has gone forward. Look at this. It's gone forward of the.
Have you changed the skirt on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see it. That's not a red man skirt. That's a silicone skirt. That's got that little rubber band on it.
It's got a little rubber band on it.
Yeah, that's the reason. Yeah.
But somehow or other, the little rubber band went over.
Yeah, but that's
See, look,
not,
it's in front of the.
See, here's the skirt you want. This skirt right here is a rubber skirt. You got a silicone. You changed the skirt because those were big redfish were eating that.
What's happened is the skirt is all crazy. But watch what happened.
Yeah.
They hit it. They hit it crazy.
Yeah, this is a wrap skirt. That's what you want. See this wrap skirt right here? That's what comes on a red man. It's rubber. You changed that skirt and you didn't put. You got to get these rubber ones and put those back on there.
Okay.
You see that? Look at that hook. That's because of big redfish. Big, I caught a ton of redfish on this same bait. That bait's caught. I don't know how many fish that bait's caught. You can see it. The head's just almost all messed up. Got a little bit of paint left on it. But that's the skirt that comes on. A living rubber skirt, and it's a wrap skirt. It's not that little big tiny rubber band that messes up. Yeah. That's the reason that's messed up. It's still working though, isn't it?
It's still working,
that's
even
a
though
good
the skirt's
thing.
all backwards.
That's the good thing. Oh, there's one on crankbait. There's one on crankbait, Roland. Oh, he come off. Doggone it. No, he didn't. He's still on there. He just ran at me, and I thought he came off. All this talking about barbless, and then get one on a crankbait, and he comes off. But he doesn't come off. Not near as big as what we was catching on a. That's my deep smoothie, though. Yeah, I got several of these deep smoothies, Roland.
Yeah, I'm going to try that. That'd be a good deal.
I'm going to be really careful here. Try to get a hold of this fish, real good tight grip on him before I work on getting those hooks out. See how easy that hook come out? Now, when they're in that part right there, even without a bar, they're hard to get out. Not bad, though. God, those teeth are so long. Killing my hands.
I threw back. I threw back and got him. He'd hit it twice.
If that's a bluegill, it's a world record.
Yeah, good one. Good one.
How big is that fish?
Nice big bear.
Very nice.
Nice big bear. Nice big bear.
Good one.
Good one. That's what we're talking about, folks. Big old 4-pounder. Close to it. That's what we're talking about. Good spinnerbait bite. And with the depressed weed guards, you just have to keep your line tight. You can't give him any slack or he'll jump off. But it's a good way to keep the fish from getting all torn up. But spinnerbait's not as bad as a worm, so that's not bad. That fish hit us 2 other times out there on the same spot. Made a long cast,
The one good thing about a spinnerbait, you know, is they're never going to swallow it like they do a worm hook. Another one on crankbait, Roland.
Yeah.
They're not as big as what we was catching on the spinnerbait. Neither one of these fish were quite as large. That might be a crappie. Well, that's a bass. Barely hooked. Barely hooked, but good.
Yeah, I might have to go to a crankbait.
I got several of them laying up here. It's a pretty fish, but not near the quality we were catching earlier on a spinnerbait. Now, that's another thing that happens when you're fishing in summertime like now and you have a bright sunshiny sky and all these little clouds floating around are going away, is that
I had one hit it.
you sometimes will catch your bigger fish.
I got it back on again. Yeah.
You got him. You got him. He hit it. You have him. He is on the end of your pole. That's another. It's about the same size I was catching. Maybe it's a lot of times you'll catch your biggest fish the first hour of the day. A lot of times you'll do that. And you keep thinking about, well, I got one big one, I'll probably catch another one. Many times it doesn't ever happen. We definitely caught bigger fish earlier, right, Roland?
Yeah.
Definitely did.
Okay. Now what I did on that
There
one,
he
you
is.
got one?
There he is.
I'm throwing it out there.
You're
let
sticking
it
at the top
sink
of
down.
that grass, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's a little bit better.
Well, I'm sitting, letting it sink down.
You're fishing it like I'm fishing a crankbait, except you're
Yeah.
ticking the top of the grass with it. Grass is pretty short right out here. See it on my Garmin. That's a nice fish there. They're eating that little smoothie.
They're hitting that grass. The grass bed's paying off.
That one hook must have just a little bit of barb still left on it. All I'm doing is just cranking this thing. I stop it a little bit every now and then, but I'm not stopping it quite as often as I normally do because I'm just getting it down there. It runs 8 foot deep, so if I get it shallower than that, or the grass comes up higher than that, I get grass on it. So if I feel it tick anything at all, I stop it, which is a good practice to do no matter where you're fishing, no matter what you're fishing. If you hit something, if it be a tree limb, if it's grass, it's a bottom. Anytime you hit something, pause that thing and let it just sit there, float back up. And a lot of times that's when you get the bite. Especially if it bumps into it deflects, it makes a little deflection movement down there under the water. That little deflection when it hits something and stops, hits something, stops, acts like it's a little stunned. Or at least that's what I'm envisioning, is a fish thinks that bait's a little stunned, so it's easier to catch, and they whack it.